Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now we are seeing a new Bitcoin signal flash green. So I'll be talking more about that in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at the 4-hour Bitcoin chart. And at the time of recording this video, the Bitcoin price is pretty much exactly where it should be according to this Bitcoin fractal. If you've been watching my Bitcoin videos over the past 2 days, then you would already know about this fractal. But if you are new to the channel, I've basically just copied the price action that we saw around a month ago, because we definitely have a lot of similarities between what we saw around a month ago and what we're seeing right now pretty much. And these similarities also flow over to the 12-hour Bitcoin chart. Once again, for those of you that watched my last Bitcoin update video, you would already know this, but for the new viewers on the channel, the 12-hour parabolic stop and reverse indicator is sitting in the green, and both the 12-hour RSI and the 12-hour MACD are technically trending to the upside. And the last time that we saw all three of these indicators trend in the bullish direction was around a month ago. But if you're looking at the 12-hour RSI, we're finding some resistance along the 50 level, so the middle of the RSI. And if you're looking back 1 month ago, that is very similar to what we saw back then. Obviously, the 12-hour RSI was in an uptrend, but we got a rejection from that 50 level, the middle of the RSI, and that simply sent the Bitcoin price into a very small pullback before seeing some more bullish price action later on, while these indicators were still trending in the bullish direction. And it wasn't until we saw some of these indicators flip more bearish on the 12-hour chart that this short-term uptrend came to an end and we entered into a new short-term downtrend. So basically, for as long as all three of these Bitcoin indicators on the 12-hour chart stay looking bullish or are trending in the bullish direction, then technically speaking, it is simply a more likely scenario for Bitcoin to enter a new shorter term uptrend. And by the way, an uptrend here on the 12-hour chart in the price action would be confirmed after we form some higher highs and higher lows. So if you're strictly talking about the price action, technically speaking, we haven't confirmed a new shorter term uptrend just yet. And if there was ever an important level to watch here on the shorter term, it would be the $40,000 level, because already over the past few days, we have found a lot of resistance at 40,000, but that is not the only reason. It is also because we are technically forming this head and shoulders pattern. And by the way, this is visible on any charts in between the 12-hour chart and the daily time frame. But I want to make it clear that this pattern has not confirmed at the time of recording this video. We are still in the formation phase. In order for this Bitcoin pattern to be confirmed, the Bitcoin price pretty much over the next few days needs to head back down towards this neckline, coming in at around 35,000 approximately. And then we need to see a confirmed break below 35,000 really within the next 1 week. Because if you're measuring out 1 week on the chart, that is right around here. So you can see that if Bitcoin takes much longer than 1 week to finish forming this pattern, then really it wouldn't be a head and shoulders pattern anymore. Because in a scenario like that, even if the price came back down towards the neckline, but in around 1.5 weeks from now, that right shoulder would simply be too big compared to the left shoulder to actually call this a head and shoulders pattern. So basically, we really need to see this happen within the next 1 week or so. Otherwise, this pattern is invalidated. And also, if the Bitcoin price confirms a break above 40,000 and holds above 40K, then also this pattern would be invalidated in a scenario like that. And looking at some other important Bitcoin price levels on the daily time frame, as I just mentioned, we've got that $40,000 level as our immediate point of resistance. And above that, our next most important level of resistance is coming in at around 45,000. And when you're talking about these much larger price trends on the chart, honestly, I would not be calling this a larger uptrend on the daily chart until we at least start breaking above that 45K level. Because at least what we've seen so far is any bullish price action that we see below 45,000 is just shorter term price action. So if you're wanting to see a much larger bullish trend in the Bitcoin price, 45K is the level to break. And as for our point of support, we've got some strong support at around 37,000. Anything below that, I'll be looking towards around 35,000. And over the past few days, we have found strong support at those two price levels. And of course, just a month ago, we found strong support at about 33,000. And anything below that, our next significant level of support would be coming in at around 30,000, give or take. And now taking a look at this new Bitcoin signal on the weekly time frame. And by the way, for anyone that is new to the channel, this indicator is called the CM Williams VIX FIX indicator. And this indicator is definitely more accurate on larger time frames like the weekly charts. And just going through a couple examples of this indicator working over the past few years, at the end of the 2018 bear market, this indicator right here basically signaled the bottom for the bear market, which turned out to be a great buying opportunity, especially if you're holding for the longer term. Also, back in September 2019, this did signal a short-term bottom for Bitcoin, but that signal wasn't as accurate as what we saw at the end of the 2018 bear market. And then, of course, in the March 2020 crash, we saw a massive buy signal in this indicator. And then this signal that we saw in early 2021 was really the first false signal in this indicator out of this entire time period ever since the end of the 2018 bear market. And then obviously during the end of May leading into June and July, we saw a massive buy signal in this indicator marking the bottom. And then around a month ago when Bitcoin bottomed out at around 33,000, we saw another bottom signal flash in this indicator at that stage. And right now we are currently seeing another green signal in this indicator. Now I want to make it clear that this is not financial advice, but historically speaking, what this indicator means is anytime we see a green signal in this indicator, more often than not, it provides us a great buying opportunity, especially if you are holding for the longer term. And just giving you a quick update on the percentage of Bitcoin short positions on the Binance exchange and the Bybit exchange. And since yesterday, we have seen a small increase in short positions on the Bybit exchange, but a small decrease in short positions on the Binance exchange. And for any of the beginners out there, when the percentage of Bitcoin short positions increases, then that right there is adding a selling pressure on the Bitcoin price. So usually that is happening when Bitcoin is bearish. But then if we see the percentage of Bitcoin short positions decrease, that adds a buying pressure to the Bitcoin price, like what we saw in October last year, and also like what we saw in late 2020 leading into early 2021. And if you're looking at the current values these short positions are sitting at, relatively speaking, if you're looking at all of this history, the short positions have a long way to go to the downside, which, as I just said, if the short positions are closing, that is bullish for the Bitcoin price. So basically, according to the percentage of Bitcoin short positions on these major exchanges, the Bitcoin price, technically speaking, has a lot of room to the upside compared to the room to the downside. But anyway, if you found this video useful or simply enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, you might as well subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this every single day. And if you want to know how to trade Bitcoin to earn even more money in the crypto market, the video in the top left popping up right here is definitely for you. But if you just want to sit back and earn passive income on your crypto, then the video popping up in the bottom left of your screen is definitely for you. But anyway, that is it for this update. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.